Hello there, good morning. Welcome to another edition of Knox to Nuggets. My name is Oluwayomi Ute, and it's such a joy to come your way this very beautiful day. And yes, thank God always for the gift of life. It's because we have life that we are alive and well today. I know I'm excited today because of what we are talking about. So, thank you to everyone joining me live. I don't take it for granted at all. And, like I will always say, please like the video, share it, let somebody out there know that there is something called Knox to Nuggets. So, please share it, and share it. Let's spread the word. And for those that watch after now, thank you so much. I don't take for granted at all your share of time. Thank you so much. And again, also like the video, share it, and please let me have your feedback. Your comments are always welcome. So I'm excited today because of what we are talking about. I know it's a topic that I've pondered on over and over again, and I'm happy to be having this conversation today. I'm talking about artificial intelligence. What is it all about? I mean, the thing out there is AI is out there to take your job. AI is an enemy. AI is a foe. AI is a friend. AI is an enabler. In AI. What exactly is AI all about? And to have this conversation with me is a friend and a brother, a renowned business consultant, speaker, and trainer who specializes in artificial intelligence, marketing, and automation. He is Africa's premier personal branding and transformation specialist, an activator, igniting the potential and gifts in people so they can do and be much more. Is a member of the prestigious Forbes BLK community and a certified integrated marketing communications professional and business consultant with over a decade of experience in brand management, corporate communications, and organizational strategy. He has trained over 3,000 creators, coaches, and leaders across the continents and helped them build powerful and profitable brands. He is the convener of Personal Branding Summit, Africa's #1 global summit on personal branding. He has appeared on Inside Business Africa, Connect Nigeria, Hot FM, Echo FM, The Nation, Daily Independent, The Sun newspaper, and much more. He is a tech entrepreneur and the founder of Threaten Digital, a digital marketing and innovation company, helping businesses scale using systems, AI, automation, and strategy. He is also the brain behind www.satesandtickets.com. I'm sure a lot of us have heard about that and used them to book and get into several events. That's Nigeria's fastest growing ticketing and access platform. Now, before Seats and Tickets, it was the group head strategy and planning in TBWA Worldwide Nigeria. Is been a leading, which is a leading marketing and communications agency. And there he worked on brands in the banking industry, in the communication industry, in the telco, across boards. His mission is to help 1 million individuals and businesses maximize potential, increase visibility, and grow their income. So, who else is best to talk to us today about artificial intelligence but Emeka Ebeniro? Hey, right here in the house.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for this opportunity. I do not take it for granted. I'm super excited, and I can't thank you enough for being part of this journey, talking about something I'm totally passionate about, which is artificial intelligence and how it can help us in our everyday living. And before I even start or say any other thing, I also want to thank you, Mrs. Yomi Ute, for your consistency. I have known Nostra Nugget for more than 3 years now, and you've been going strong every Monday, the same time. Come rain, come shine, and you're still here. Just I celebrate your consistency. I celebrate what you're doing, and I believe that this is just the beginning of greater things to come.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Emeka. And I truly appreciate it. And I say amen to that prayer. And thank you so much for agreeing to come. I know when I looked at the size of this conversation, I'd asked that please, we may continue next Monday. So, guys, we are not in a hurry today because next week we may also have him continue if we cannot exhaust it all in this very short time that we have.
Yeah.
But right on straight, Emeka, what exactly is artificial intelligence?
Okay, artificial intelligence has several definitions, but let me just make it simpler for everyone. It is a machine or a computer that is mimicking human language and behavior. So, just the same way you have a child, when you give birth to a child, you realize that the child would mimic your behavior, the way you walk, the way you talk, the way you act. That's what artificial intelligence is doing. And it's doing that to learn from you. So, whichever way we look at it, artificial intelligence is the assistant or the child. We are still the parents. We are still the ones that feed it with the information. We're still the one that guides it on how we want it to go, if I may put it that way. So that's what it is in a very simplistic way. A
Hmm.
machine or a system that mimics human languages, behaviors, so that it can give you a certain outcome, a certain result. That's what is artificial intelligence is.
Wow, it's a machine that's mimicking human behavior.
Yeah.
Now, is it because it's mimicking human behavior that people are really scared of it? Because what is out there is jobs are going to get lost very soon. AI is coming. So it's like AI has become my competitor,
Okay.
about to take me out of the market. Is that what AI is?
I wouldn't put it that way yet. I wouldn't put it that way yet. And why I say that is because it's learning from us. We are still the ones powering AI. We're still the one powering artificial intelligence. So the question is, did the car take over the job of the horse or the horse and carriage? Yes, it did over time. But the competition is not between humans and artificial intelligence. The competition will always be between humans and humans because the car needs to be driven by a human, just the same way the horse and carriage was driven by human.
Hmm.
So the advantage of artificial intelligence lies in the human. Whoever knows how to use artificial intelligence the right way or how to optimize their current operation with artificial intelligence would win. So if you decide, just like I remember back then, my mom worked in Unilag and she was the assistant to the VC Omotola at the time in University of Lagos. And at the time, they were during her time, the computers were not so much. So they started the era of typewriters. So back then, the VC or her boss will tell them to draft a letter. They will use a typewriter. They would typewriters automatically print out. So once they finish typing, they go to the boss, and then he now sees it and corrects those things and takes it back to them, and they retype it. Now, if you see that they didn't lose their job, quote and unquote, they moved the transition from typewriters to computers.
Hmm.
That's what happened. Now, then the VC or the boss had several secretaries, and each one of them did several things, but he was still the one to decide on, oh, I like this letter, I like the tone of it, this is wrong. He was one to decide on what the final outcome would be, and then he would sign off. Now, in our time, we don't have a typewriter. In
Hmm.
our time, we still have computers, but these computers have not evolved. So the computer and the assistant or the secretary have become one, and that has become artificial intelligence. But the boss still remains. So it's the position of the boss to tell the secretary and the computer what he wants.
Hmm.
Then the secretary and the computer, which in this case is AI, will produce that outcome. And it's the responsibility of the boss to say, I like this, and he signs off it. So will it take over our jobs completely? No. Some things will evolve. We would not need some things anymore. That is constant. But the role of the boss, my job, your job, will still remain as long as we can embrace AI as our assistant and also as our computers.
Hmm. Wow. I like that illustration and I never saw it that way. The cat and the horse and then the car. And while you were talking, I played back in my mind something that happened in 1990. I recall so well. I was auditing in a software company, and that year they just came in and flushed every secretary out and left only the secretary to the chairman and put on every floor of their offices systems. Then it wasn't laptops, it was systems everywhere, and then one printer per floor and networked everything. And there was so much of hues and cries. Oh, now the computer has come, it has distracted all of us. And so everybody go learn to do your letters by yourself. When you do your letter, send it to the printer. So some people still lost their jobs in the advent of that. So if I'm hearing you right, there will be a job shift.
Yes.
Hmm. So
Yeah.
some jobs will definitely be taken over by AI. That means we owe ourselves the duty to position ourselves.
Yes, you didn't put it. You put it it's spot on. You put it the right way. Some jobs would go because of the times we're in. We are in a very fast-paced world now, filled with so much information. However, we still lack direction. So
Hmm.
artificial intelligence is supposed to help us move fast, but we are to guide AI in the direction that we want. So AI is a fast car, is a Lamborghini, is a Porsche, is any of those fast cars. But it's like Formula One. The driver, Hamilton, will still be the one to direct and navigate the car where he wants to go. That's the way I see it. So it's our jobs to go and learn this new language, this new way of life, this new skill. To me, artificial intelligence is a skill. Just same way writing, using the internet is a skill. Researching is a skill. Artificial intelligence is also a skill. So it's our
Hmm.
responsibility to go and learn this new skill that will enable us do our jobs faster. So if you let me, I'll give a few examples. In the
Please go
coming
ahead.
years, in the coming years, we will not need secretaries, we will not need customer service people in the coming years. It would be an AI plugged into the database or the knowledge base, as we call it in this space, the knowledge base of the organization. And whatever question the customer has to ask, the AI would answer it. So if it's we already do that, I already build AI chatbots, so you can just integrate a knowledge base or add a link, and as you're chatting with it, what's happening in the back end, it's going to the different parts of the website, going to different parts of the document, and it's giving you back the answers that you're asking. Now we have moved from that chatbot into voice bots or voice automation, whereby when you pick your phone and you call your regular service provider, the other person at the end of that call is an AI that is trained with the knowledge base of that organization. And because we already have it, I use it, we already have text to speech. So everything that the chatbots would have been giving you in terms of chatting with it in your messenger, the voice bot would convert that text to speech and then respond to every query that you have on the phone. That is where we are going. Now, if you were a customer service person, would you lose your job? Yes. But
Hmm.
if you understand AI, you will move from maybe a customer service person to the person that puts together the knowledge base. Maybe
Hmm.
you move to a specialist, maybe you move to a consultant. I've worked in, let's say, 21 years in this organization, in this field. I have a lot of knowledge. I can now understand AI and then take out my knowledge, be a consultant, and help organizations with their own AI strategy. That would be where you need to go, because the AI doesn't know, doesn't have the answers. It's what
Hmm.
you give the AI that will make the AI now respond. So there is no, oh, the AI, no, it doesn't have, no AI has the answers. Every AI is fed with data. So if you give the AI nothing, it has nothing to work with. So we need to now start thinking of, how do I transition my career How do I transition myself to become the supplier of the raw material that the AI will now use, refine, and now produce the final output? That's what I just using some manufacturing terms there.
Yeah, wow. I'm hearing you, and one word that's in my head as I listen to you is upskill, upskill, upskill. Everybody, no matter where you are today, don't think you're secure. Upskill, just stay at the cutting edge of your game, because AI is not a foe, but it's exactly not a friend either. It's
Yeah,
actually what you make of it.
yeah.
I was in a debate over the weekend, last Friday. I was in an event and there was a debate, and it was so interesting that it was also on AI. AI, a friend or a foe? And one of the first things the person that was talking against AI said is, I'm here, I'm wearing a pair of glasses. Are you aware I'm recording you?
Mm-hmm.
Because my glasses actually is a camera and it's recording. And
Mm-hmm.
that's one of the things that scare people in all of this thing about AI. Because it's like you don't even know who you're talking to, you don't even know who you're with. The voice AI could as well sound like a human being
Yeah.
that I think I'm talking to an Emeka at the end of the rope. So if you're not careful, you're actually just in that confused space. Emeka, I'm asking you this. How do we ensure that AI is not a foe? Because of the several ways it can just intrude into our lives
Yeah.
without our control.
Yeah. In answering that question, I want to use this analogy. What's a knife to everyone?
Mm,
A knife to a butcher is an instrument he uses to, to cut those meats. A knife to a chef is an instrument he uses to dice those ingredients and he puts them into shape. And a knife to a knife fighter is an instrument he uses to fight. A knife to a child is something he sees in the kitchen and his mom tells him not to play with. So
mm,
a knife is different. It's in the hand of the person that the knife gets value. So it's
mm,
in the hand of us that AI gets value. AI doesn't have value without us. So yes, you might have some concern, but the truth is, let's look at it. Why was it created? A lot of times we have seen, maybe not in other parts of the world, but we have seen it in several parts of the world where people cover up crimes that they have committed. Imagine if I was wearing these glasses, was an AI glasses, and I'm seeing a crime right in front of me, and I press record and it's going live on social media, or it's going live to cloud. That means at that moment I've been the one to save maybe somebody's life. I've been the one to be an eyewitness. And in this case, you don't have to look for me. I already have the data. I can send the data to you. See, this is what was recorded at this time and this place, and this is the location. This is all that you have that with you. You can use it to do, to help the person win that case. Let's flip it back. Even in our personal lives, you know, as a parent, as a tourist, as whoever, those things can come in handy in terms of kidnapping, in terms of protection, security, and safety, and things like that. So that's the reason that it was created. Now, the other side of it is, as a human, you might not be right all the time, but you are expected to be on the right side of the law and the right side of things if you are a person of faith, because you need to be careful with what you say. And that is the way life is. You don't just go about saying funny things about people, or caught in the wrong act. So we're now in times where we all need to behave ourselves, if I may use that language. We all need to behave ourselves, and in doing that, we will not be a victim of this technology. That's just the
mm,
way it is. We will not be a victim of this technology. But in terms of looking at it from the perspective of the user of that technology, is amazing. Imagine you go into a country you've never been there before, and you can read every sign you see, and the AI can translate every language for you, and you can speak to the AI, and then the AI would translate in the language where you are. So you can negotiate effectively. You can buy, you can move around without the fear of, oh, will I get kidnapped? Or will something funny happen to me? You don't have that fear because that AI has helped you. You can even go into the knowledge base of the area and tell, okay, my assistant, which is the AI, where are the best places to go? Where are the best sites to be in? How much do people charge for this thing? So even the way the locals act, the right pricing, because you and I know that if you go to some places and they know that you're a tourist, they would hike up the price from
True,
the taxi driver and all that.
true,
But imagine
true.
if yeah, so imagine if you had an AI that gives you the insights in that place, the right taxis to use, the places to visit, how much the best place you can get your best exchange rate, and everything you need. That is why it was created. Can
Hmm.
it be used for funny things? Yes, it can. But I would rather focus on the good side than on the bad side. Like I said, a knife, depending on whose hand it is, that is where it gets its value from.
Hmm. Wow, I agree with you, Emeka. And like somebody rightly said, with the moment these computer systems are perfected, we should actually all get concerned. And it will invade our privacy. I mean, there's no way you can remove that. AI, it will invade our privacy. And it will get us to that point where everyone will practically be not watching their backs. I'm trying to look for the right word because a person that's talking to you in a glasses, you don't know if he's recording you. Um, you are in a space and everywhere is a camera. You are the let me just go out on a stroll. There's not like let me just go out anymore. The world is becoming very intrusive, very, very, and AI is actually an enabler for it. But let
Mhm.
me ask you this: will it be injurious? And maybe this will be my last question, and then we'll continue next week because really we can't exhaust it at all today. I thought we could do more, but time is. I just looked up again, and time is running. But will
Yeah,
we say AI will become injurious to our health?
I wouldn't put it that way. I am, like you rightly said, AI will become an enabler. If you're looking at for me from the perspective of privacy, yes, because of the security implication of what the AI is trying to achieve, yes, it would happen because we know that in different parts of the world, like I said earlier, there's a high crime rate. So how can we reduce that crime rate? How can people walk around safely? So there will definitely be AIs and monitoring cameras around. However, you can still choose not to be all in that world. So if I go to the park with my children, fine, I do that. But when I go home, or in my neighborhood, no artificial intelligence, no glasses, no nothing. I can have a safe space in there. If I'm in my place of worship, we can all decide that we want to have a safe space in there. So these are things that you just need to agree within your family, your own tribe, and then you work with. But would that happen? Yes, it would happen because of the benefit. Just the same way we have cameras all around the world, starting from traffic cameras, then from there it keeps moving. And these days, each store has a CCTV camera outside. You can take the footage of that, run it through an AI, which can help you analyze what has happened or predict what can possibly happen in the nearest future. So yes, that would happen, but I believe as humans, it's our responsibility to decide on what side and how we want to engage with this technology. That would be my own standpoint.
It's going to be us and how we want to engage. But in the public space, you don't have control on how you want to engage. So you're still going to have to learn to be careful. I thought
Yeah.
I would close with that question, but I think I have time for this one last one. And then
Okay.
next week we'll take it on. What's your opinion on all the major people, the Meta, the X, the Instagram, using our data without permission? Now, the truth is that they have this very long thing they say accept. I've not seen one person that has read through those very fine, I don't know how many pages long prints. They
Yeah.
all just click accept. What's your opinion on this?
I think it's business. That's the way I look
Mm,
at it. It's business. Meta and all this other, including Amazon, everybody's in the business of data.
mm,
So whether we like it or not, it's like it's a two-sided business. At the front end, oh, you're receiving entertainment, value, connecting with family, but at the back end is that data that is helping my business alive, because I'm a into marketing, so digital marketing is my playground. You can't run perfect advertising without the right data. So you need to know what people's interests are, their gender, their location, and what are the, the agenda, the location, all those things feed into the algorithm, which is simply the artificial intelligence or machine learning that understands how you interact with content and then decides to show you that content based on your past interaction. That is just how it works. So if they don't have that data and up to date data, the advertising part of them, which is where they generate their revenue from, will suffer, and the business would have to die. They'll have to close up. So that is why they're in the business of data. Now, if you do, you can choose not to, which a lot of us know that it's not going to be easy, choosing not to be part of that social network, because the benefits to us is connection. The benefit to us is visibility. And in this world, and I'll say it now and we'll talk about next week, the privilege, the most prized possession right now is human connection.
Mm,
People don't know yet, but that's what's going to be in the future. The best, the value, the most highest level of value will be the fact that people can gather publicly in a place. That would be the highest level of value. Why do I
mm,
say that? We're already in an era where it doesn't matter where you are in the world, you can connect with anyone, that the technology is available. So imagine what it would be, how much people would pay to be in the same room with certain people. It's
mm,
that is the highest level. And the flip side of it is the highest level of authority would be building your personal brand,
mm,
because AI and technology can do almost everything, but AI cannot do you. It can't
mm,
take you. It can't replace you. So building your personal brand and human connection will be the highest level of influence and authority. These
mm,
days, we have the biggest names do conferences in virtual rooms, and it reaches million people around the world on Zoom and all these other platforms, including streaming that we're using. And I also do virtual conferences, so I know. But imagine all those people have the opportunity of being in the same room with that influencer. That is the
mm,
highest level of interaction and connection. So that will be the privilege, or that will be the next level. We'll all have AIs in our home, but we'll all look forward to gathering together. That would
mm.
be the beauty of where we're heading to.
Wow, that will be the beauty of where we are heading to. Emeka, thank you so much. On a lighter note, somebody says AI, all those companies should pay us for using our data. I think the payment they are making is fact that they are creating this environment for us to interact, and they
Yes.
are getting our data for free. Thank you so much, Emeka. But
Thank
one
you.
of the things I want us to focus on next week, and I want to leave you with it, is to next week, I want us to focus on the benefits, the
Yeah.
opportunities in AI. So for everyone listening, I haven't laid this foundation. We've seen the pros and the cons. What are the benefits? How do I position myself that AI does not take me out, but rather pushes me up? That AI becomes an enabler of my success, not the other way around. So that will be our conversation next week. But again, thank you so much for
Thank you.
taking out your time. I really appreciate it. I don't take it for granted at all. God
Thank you.
bless you real good.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. And I look forward to being here again next week.
Thank you. Wow, did you enjoy that? Time just flew past. I really look forward to next week when we'll be having this conversation with Emeka again and looking at how to put ourselves on the right side of AI, because that's the place to be. Yes, AI is intrusive, is invasive, it will it will want to take everything, but again, AI cannot be us. We are still the drivers. We are still the ones to tell you what to do. And when we know the right things to do, we'll be on that side where AI will be an enabler for us to be that global giant that we really want to be. So thank you so much for being with me today. Remember, like the video, share it, let somebody out there know that there is something called Knocks to Nuggets, and keep your comments coming. They really, really help. And so until I come your way next week in another edition of Knocks to Nuggets, never forget it. If you can think it, you can be it, and you can have it. And as always, together we win. God bless you. See you next week. Bye for now.